Hi, Tony the Tiger from Mortal Kombat Online. I'm here with LeBaron from NetherRealm Studios, producer from Mortal Kombat.
Producers get mad at me.
Oh really? Call me how it works?
I'm just kidding. But yeah.
Either way, you play a very important role.
Yeah. Right.
Excellent. If you had the chance to play the game, it feels great, plays great, responsive, just quick, and the demo released on PlayStation Plus.
Yeah. A chance to play that.
And it's going wide on Tuesday, right? So, I'd like to get into the nitty-gritty about it. It's like a lot of people are. First thing we noticed is that the way the meter builds. It's like it builds by performing specials, right? By taking damage and by doing chip damage when you attack on block.
Yeah, the version you guys are, the demo build was like from 9 weeks ago, so we do have a lot of that. That was before we flew a lot of like those guys that we all flew out to have them play the game and really balanced a lot of that stuff down. So a lot of those numbers have tweaked and changed. A lot of the hit stunts, the block stunt stuff, as you've seen in the demo, a lot of that stuff has been addressed. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I wouldn't say that the demo would be great to go by, but it's definitely not.
But as far as meter building is concerned, the final game is going to build roughly those three things are going to still build meter?
Probably.
Okay.
Probably, but maybe not the same percentage.
So what a lot of people notice though is conspicuously absent. What doesn't build meter are successful normals, like landing successful normals. That seems very deliberate. So my question is, what was the thought process? Like, what was the idea of balance that went into determining what builds meter and what doesn't?
It was kind of a trial and error. Like we did a lot of experimenting with a lot of different ways to do it. I mean, over the last months, we've been kind of working with it. Kind of one of our other designers, Paul, was really directly involved with that. He's like the main keeper of all the more like nitty gritty stuff. He's busy finishing the game, otherwise he'd be here with me too. But I'm not really exactly sure why he ended up deciding to go that route. So I'm not really the best person to answer.
Fine. Another thing, a lot of people have Czech, very famous Czech, been posting big damage combos,
Right.
Well, and regardless, I mean, I understand that the demo isn't necessarily indicative of the final product, but this Mortal Kombat, right? It's a very dangerous game. It seems where it's like very offensive oriented. Mistakes. You pay for mistakes.
Yeah, I mean it's meant to be very accessible, but still have the high tier, high tournament level play, where you can still see it in like big tournaments like Evo where they want us to have us there. And I don't know how official that is, but like that, the fact that there's that much interest in what we've shown so far, when you guys actually see the full game and how well we've balanced everything, you're gonna be blown away. Like there's guys, close quarters guys. There's the runaway. There's like so many different things we got going on for us.
But you definitely wanted to, am I correct in assuming that you definitely wanted to design it to be very offensive-minded?
Well, it depends on the character you want.
Okay.
I mean, I could run away all day with certain characters,
I noticed like Cyrax has a teleport that
you could definitely still, it depends on who you like to play. There's some guys that are a little bit more, beginner players who can pick up and play really quick, and there's some characters that have more defensive and there's like the ones you're talking about. But I mean, the demo's a really hard way to judge that because we got a lot more characters and there's a lot of gameplay left for you guys to have, and that's going to be a huge part of it.
That's another thing. Speaking of characters, we've seen Jax in a lot of videos. He's very a lot of command grabs, a lot of in your face. I mean, can we expect more characters in the future to be very grapple based, more command grabs, things like that?
There's definitely some more command grab stuff coming along. Jax is one of the more, well, he's not necessarily the most, but I mean, Kano's got some command. Kano's in this build now, and we have him. He's a very in-your-face character. He's just fast and just right at you. He's very. The command grab stuff is, just kind of sprinkled around on different characters. You would think would have one. So.
That's great. Another thing, I'm not sure if it was in the demo. I hadn't checked myself, but in some videos, it seems like the traditional free hit moves, like Cyrax's net and stuff like that, can be escaped. Is that true?
Not really.
No? Because, okay. All right.
What do you mean by escape?
Well, I mean, I noticed that, in one of the videos, sometimes, a guy gets caught by the net and it lasts longer.
Yeah, no, well, there's an enhanced version of the net as well, which burns a little longer and actually drains some of their super meter, I believe. but that'll keep you up there a little bit longer.
So the enhanced versions of the free hit moves just stun wall.
Yeah, they won't. Yeah, it's just we usually try to keep it along like the same type of move, but it's a little bit different.
Another thing, given that you know, Mortal Kombat very focused on the high level play, you know, big tournaments and everything like that. Curious if NetherRealm is going to his plans to release the frame data, things like you know the length of the frames that the advantage on hit on block.
Right. I mean that's really huge right now, especially with the big Street Fighter community right now. It's everything's frame data, like frame data this, frame data that. There is stuff we've been talking about stuff. We'll eventually see. There's nothing really in stone for any of that stuff yet.
One thing that's not in the demo that's here at PAX is tag mode. Right? A lot of people are curious about that because a lot of people at home haven't gotten a chance to try it yet. What a lot of people have wondered, like, okay, now the tag button, right, to actually perform the tag would be unlike if you had like an original MK panel in front of you, would be replacing the run button. Right?
I believe so.
Okay. Now, if you wanted to do a tag assist, right? Or a tag where you know the attacker tags and with an attack. How are those commands? What are those commands?
Those are the same as they would be on a normal stick. They're towards or down towards, back and down.
Right, with the tag button.
The tag button. Or yes.
When with the tag mode, when you call a tag assist or just tag in with an attack, are there like when can a person perform those commands? Like if you're stuck in a block string, can you perform an assist, or are you prevented from doing that?
Well, you're not prevented from doing it, but there's some windows where you're not able to do it, which is like would make it too cheesy or something like that. We do prevent it, but for the most part, it's pretty accessible all the time.
Online again, very big. You know, it's like with the online mode, right? With the especially with tag, what kind of options can we expect as far as players, like 4 players
really
online?
About online. That's something for the future.
But I mean, maybe you can't answer this, but have you been experimenting with like latency masking and things like that to make sure the online performance is as
Yeah,
fine?
I mean, we've been looking into definitely like making it better than whatever we've done before.
The story mode has been, you know, coded as being a very big, you know, theatrical story.
It's enormous. I mean, it's great. It's got a really cool backstory. It's kind of like this whole Back to the Future type thing where you're going back and rewriting MK 1, 2, and 3, where it's kind of retelling the story. I think people are really going to dig it.
Is that how long would you say?
I think it's around 5-6 hours, maybe. I don't know. I haven't really played through it, but last time I heard somebody who knew how to like everything and played through it before, it's going to be a good amount of time.
What we've heard from story mode, and even like just in the normal game, right? The actors are really top notch. You know, the performances
had better talent. It's not better talent, but definitely had more in the flavor of our game this time.
Can you take us through roughly like how you find the talent and the recording process?
I have no idea.
Okay, no problem.
I just make them fun.
Yeah, that's
when you're playing a game and you're like, oh, that's cool. That's what I do. I don't worry about the other stuff.
And you know, what was the challenge working with Unreal 3? You know, as far as Unreal 3 is not very known for fighting games, what was the challenge in making a fighting game using that?
You know, we got a lot of great guys in our tech side that have already been really familiar with Unreal stuff, and you know, they've been we've been working on it for a couple games now, so we're kind of familiar with it. So, I mean, it's not so bad. We got a lot of our own stuff going with it, in tandem with the Unreal stuff. It kind of makes it a lot easier.
You do have great designers, I got to tell you. I mean, visually, aesthetically, the game's fantastic.
Thanks.
You know, a lot of people have noticed, again, going on to the aesthetics, Oops, I Bot, right? There's a striking resemblance to the Phantasm from Batman. I don't know if you've heard that. You know, is that a little like WB espionage? Is Bruce Timm sneaking into the
No,
studio?
not really. He kind of evolved from just having the special moves that were shadows. And then I'm like, actually, one day I was like, hey, what would it be cool if he did a combo and he actually used some of his shadow in a combo? So like keep punching, then his shadow punching, then him punching, and then we kind of tried it out, and it kind of evolved from that. It never really came from any direct point.
That's great. And the game comes out April 19th, right? It comes with a tournament stick for a tournament edition, right? Now, the stick is full hat?
Yeah, I mean, all the parts are. We actually were really close. The designers worked really closely with the company, and we have, you know, I brought my own arcade stick in from home, like my own cabinet, part of my cabinet, to make sure we got like the feel right, the buttons right, and got everything just the way we wanted.
It's like fully moddable for the community to want.
Yeah, you can. It's pretty easy to switch out all the buttons and stuff. I mean, they're not going to warranty that, but.
I mean, this is probably. I'm not sure if you would answer this, but would you know if the PCB is? Would you know if the PCB is common ground? You don't know.
Guys, maybe some more questions.
Sure, no problem. Just one more.
Yeah, it's all just one more.
You know, character damage. You know, big deal. You know, it's like. But you know, again, aesthetically, the game is so nice. Sometimes you don't want to see the models get all messed up. Is there a way to turn off blood and body damage?
I think there's an option for that. I really wouldn't know.
Excellent. All right. Well, thank you. I really appreciate that. It's Tony the Tiger of Mortal Kombat Online. We'd like to thank Brian LeBaron for taking the time to speak with us.
Thanks, guys.
Take care. Thank you.